Video for class 11th, and the topic which we will discuss is inelastic collision in the 10 dimension. This is the video which is in the continuation of the series which is going on, that is collision of class 11th, and the chapter which is we are dealing is work, energy and power. Till then we have discussed elastic collision and inelastic collision in one dimension, and elastic collision in the two dimension. This is the last video on the collision part, theoretical part I am talking about. So the diagram will remain same as in the previous video. We have drawn the diagram for the elastic collision. So diagram will remain same, and the concept is about inelastic collision. We all know that whenever inelastic collision is happening, one thing is not conserved there, that is kinetic energy, but one thing will always be conserved, that is linear momentum. So keeping this concept in our mind, we are starting that the total linear momentum of the system will remain conserved, whether it is a two-dimensional plane or whether it is one-dimensional plane collision. So Pf will be equals to Pi. So in that case, our m1 v1 cos theta plus m2 v2 cos theta will be equal to m1 u1 plus m2 u2. This we have discussed because this part we got the equation for when we are talking about the linear momentum in the x-axis. If you see my previous video, you will get from how we are getting this equation. And also we have derived the second part, second equation, that is linear momentum along the y-axis, that is m1 v1 sin theta minus m2 v2 sin phi is equals to 0. What is theta and phi here? Theta is equals to angle of scattering of the first body, that is body A, and phi is the angle of recoiling, that is because of the second body, that is B. Okay, and why we have taken a minus sign? Because this v1 sin theta component, okay, this was along positive y axis, and v2 sin phi component was along the negative y axis. And since the momentum is a vector quantity, so we have to take the sign convention along with this. So we got these two equation on the x and y plane. So this is valid in the second when we are talking about inelastic collision also. So the case will remain same whether it is inelastic or elastic, but the some difference comes in when we are talk about perfectly inelastic collision. So this is the diagram which I want to discuss. Suppose body is not coming along the x-axis, it is coming at a certain angle, okay, along the xy plane. So here if you can see that mass m1 is coming with a u1 velocity and mass m2 is going with a u2 velocity, and if we want a collision, u1 should be greater than u2. Now what happened, since at the time of collision, let us assume at the time of collision our second body was at the origin. Now this body will gonna collide this body. Since this first body is colliding with the second body, then first body must be making some angle with the horizontal component. So suppose on the x-axis, this first body m1 mass is of m1 mass and u1 velocity is making the angle scattering angle at theta, and this m2 velocity m2 object having mass m2 and moving with u2 is making the phi angle with the horizontal component, that is angle of recoil. And what happened after the collision? Since we know in the perfectly inelastic case, there should be a complete loss of the kinetic energy. I am making it very clear that whenever we are talking about a perfectly inelastic case, there should be a complete loss of the kinetic energy. Means the after the collision, the whole body, the kinetic energy of the first body or the second body should become zero. Means the whole system, if their whole system is moving with a common velocity, so we can find out the loss of kinetic energy from in that case. Now suppose what happened, our m2 the velocity of m2 becomes 0, and the m1 and m2 started moving as a system with a common velocity of v. So in that case, if I will talk about what will be the equation of linear momentum in that case, so we can write this equation. The linear momentum of first body will be m1 u1 cos theta. Okay, so you can see here from how I am getting m1 u1 cos theta, this component, since theta is with this component, so this will become u1 cos theta component of the velocity. So this is m1 u1 cos theta plus m2 u2, because it was at origin, so we are not deciding any we are not resolving the u2 velocity in the other components, is equal to m1 m2, because this has become a total mass, so we are combined both the masses. And lastly v cos phi. V cos phi, why? Because this component was started moving with v velocity and it is making a phi angle, so this will become v cos phi component and this will become v sin phi component, And as we are discussing about the conservation of linear momentum, so the LHS linear momentum at the left hand side should be equal to the linear momentum at the right hand side. So this is all about the perfectly inelastic collision when the body started moving like a system after the collision. Okay, and when there is a complete loss, means the total kinetic, the kinetic energy, final kinetic energy of the body, second body becomes zero. So in that case, that can be called it as perfectly inelastic collision. So this is all about the series is over the theoretical part of the collision, and next onwards we will discuss about the other topics which is related to 11th class physics, and after that we will solve the numericals based on that. Thank you.